MJF went to an anti-Semitism conference. After last week,
not an anti-Semitism conference, a conference on dealing with anti-Semitism. The difference.
Well, isn't that the same thing?
No, an anti-Semitism conference could be like the KKK rally.
Oh, the proponents of anti-Semitism. Well, this was a combating anti-Semitism conference, which again, after last week, I guess is that the Jewish equivalent of going to heaven saying some Hail Marys because you f***ed up?
Well, I would have to think that he was booked for this in advance of all this happening and the angle and everything. And it was a nice piece, and I thought it was actually an important piece, and they say the most important thing, or MJF does at the very end, that although we are a very small population here on planet Earth, the Jews are responsible for such a large percentage of religious-based hate crimes, it's ridiculous. And I thought it was good.
That's what it was. See, this is the kind of thing they shoot, and hold your thought, but they shoot themselves in the foot, because if this had stood alone, it would have been wonderful. Here's their world champion going out and doing a public service, social awareness, that whole thing, but it comes after the week they did the thing.
And they have MJF talking with Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, a billionaire. In the piece, I believe it was him who put this whole thing together. And AEW thought it was important enough to leave in there where he says, everything's about this issue, except the one line where he goes, "You work for a great family." So AEW left it in there, this guy putting over the cons. And they did the same thing going to the video. They pitched it like, here's a video of MJF with Tony Khan's friend, Robert Kraft. What is that?
Well, you got the pros and you got the cons.
But other than that, I think it's good that MJF did that. I'm sure it was a good experience for him, I would hope. And I'm glad AEW is shining a light on this issue. As crazy as it may have been after what they did last week, doesn't take away from what they did, but it's a step in the right direction.
It, again, it just, it could be so much more unencumbered with baggage. Some of these good things they do if they weren't doing some stupid things.